Good morning. What's going on, guys? I can already see that I need a stinger. But we're going to see how it goes. See if it captures my game adequately. There we go. Should be popping up for you in a sec. Let me switch over to my chat here. Amarilli. Welcome, welcome. Alright, we still have Eric. So don't think we don't. Eric is on, what's he at? Level 27. So, Eric's a character that I started, just to start a character to do something a little different. Most of you guys that have been following this, most of his stuff, with the exception of the last stream, was over on Twitch. Coming back to YouTube now for almost all my content. And by almost all, it's like 99% of it will now be back on YouTube. So he's still here. What I'm doing is because of the character challenge presented now. This one here is presented by the Wind. I created Drolvin, Bluedale. And he's level 1. I always start my characters at level 1. And this is also going to be somewhat of a test stream, as well as we'll get to know him a little bit better. He is a Dunmer. So to kind of give you just a very quick idea of the concept for the character challenge that Wind laid forth for all of us here. It is called Identity Crisis, so I have thus named my new series Identity Crisis. So I'm going to read you what Bayofish had written in his server. So I do have to switch between my YouTube chat and this, but it'll give you a little bit of a background as to the challenge itself, and then I'm going to read to you a little bit about what I have so far of this particular character. If you recognize the last name, you should. If you've seen any of my old series on YouTube here, nothing that was archived, it was all stuff that was live streamed on YouTube. This is probably going back to either 2018, 2019, with a different Dunmer character. Anyway, so for her challenge, I'm just going to read you what Bayo wrote here, and I'm not sure if it was him writing what Wind had written down, or paraphrasing or anything like that, but this is it. So it goes, "Are you an imposter, willingly or not? Is this your body, your identity? You're not who you seem to be. But have you chosen to be someone else, or is there something else behind it? Is this even your body, your voice, your thoughts? Have you chosen this identity, or was it given to you? Find out about the identity crisis within you," in quotes. Not a big set of rules, but a great roleplay opportunity. You have a stolen identity in some way, or at least the identity is not really yours. Or does someone have yours? The crisis within yourself. And then it goes on, time frame will begin around 6 weeks or so. Somewhere around August 14th will be the conclusion, which is basically for those participating in the challenge. It is on Bayofish's Discord, which I I probably don't have it linked because I haven't been on YouTube in quite some time. Which I don't have linked. I'm looking at it now. That's fine. We'll link it later. There's Bayo right there. I know this text. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, good sir. I just want to see if there's anything else for that. Okay. So that lays the foundation for the challenge from the wind. Uh, what I'm gonna have to do, Bayo, is I'm gonna have to relink everybody's stuff in my description boxes. Totally forgot to do that. I thought that all of them would have stayed. I didn't delete them, uh, but they're not there. So I'll have to do that prior to all my streams now, which it's not a big deal. Um, although Mr. B, welcome. Let me do this. I'm gonna tab out for a second here, so I can do this. Bayo, can I link your Discord here? Is that okay? The game's gonna seem like it's frozen for a sec, so don't mind that. Oh yeah, absolutely. So the switch back to YouTube. So, as much as I had good success with Twitch, I feel like personally there's way too much pressure. And this is something I think I might have mentioned to you briefly, but I probably didn't go into too much depth with it. I feel like there's too much pressure to constantly stream, even on days where like I may be having a shit day mentally, or I may physically be exhausted, or I just may have stuff to do, but yet, in order to keep your metrics up on Twitch, it really needs to be a consistent everyday or almost everyday thing. Unless you're a mega streamer, which I'm not on either platform, which is perfectly fine. It's kind of the way I prefer it. And it got to the point where I wasn't having fun. I was having fun with the characters, but I wasn't having fun with well, like the setup was fine, the streaming was fine. I felt comfortable starting streaming because I started on YouTube years ago, and I felt really comfortable doing it. And I feel like I built up a moderate base, just over 100 subs. Nothing fancy. But I always had fun doing it. The problem at the time was the YouTube chat having slight lag. Now I know there's some fixes for that. As I've seen in Karn's stream, and I think even in yours, Bayo, it seems like our messages when you guys stream go through a lot quicker, similar to how Twitches are instantaneous. So, like, say I'm in Windstream, whether I'm in moderator mode or just I have a second window open as just a regular viewer, but it's the same name, all the messages go through instantly. And the problem also with YouTube at the time was buffering. And I think that probably really goes back to me at the time not really knowing a lot of things to set up in OBS. Some of my, I don't know what you would call them, but some shit was off basically. However, when I tried Twitch for the first time, I was using all the same settings. And I really never encountered any issues up until like the week before I went on my vacation. So you said to the possible version of the stream setup. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Emerelli, yeah. I like watching other people stream on Twitch. But here's the other thing too. And I don't know how this is going to make me sound, but I donate an awful lot to other streamers that I enjoy watching on Twitch. But it seems like, from my experience, that if it was one of those days where I just couldn't afford to spend the funds, certain streamers that I won't name seem to kind of expect you to after a while. Not everybody does this, but just there were a couple instances where it just seemed like, and I even got a DM from, not from the streamer themselves, but from one of their moderators asking me why I wasn't donating today. And I took great offense to that. It's like, well, first of all, it's my money. I'm still in your stream physically here supporting it. So you're getting the views, you're getting the numbers. Even if I'm not watching, I'm still opening your stream. On my PC, I always had like multiple windows for multiple streamers if they're doing it at the same time, just so I could bump their metrics up to help. And I would bounce back and forth between streams. But when I got that message, and I took great offense to that, and I almost felt like it was expected at some point. There's some streamers that I've donated well over 100K in bits and dropped well over 250 subs within several months. That's a lot. And I don't have a lot of money. So that should tell you something. And there's other people that come in there and they just are there, which is fine. I wasn't happy getting that message, and it really soured things. Not for the streamer, but just that one of his moderators actually messaged me that. It was just really off-putting. Kind of shitty, to be honest. And I guess if I'm going to be an ass about it one of these days, I'll probably call that person out for being a douche. We'll have to see. I've calmed down since then. But anyway, YouTube puts no pressure on me to do that. Nothing's expected. I'm not looking to make money either on Twitch or on YouTube. That's really not the point of the whole thing. The point is really for me just to have fun. Yeah, it is extremely shitty. Yeah, and like I said, once, and it was right before I took my trip too, which was it coincided, my trip coinciding with having just randomly got that private message, really just turned me off from even wanting to be on the platform in general. Because if people really think like that, it's just shitty, and it's only a few people. Obviously, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't the streamer. It was one of their moderators, who I thought I was on really good terms with. But I guess I'm only on good terms when I'm spending money. That's the thing. So basically, here's my 2 middle fingers to that person, and a big fuck you. Because I donated a shit ton more than they did, and they're a mod. So, and yeah, that's the main thing. And then of course, since then, it's like, well, do I feel pressured to do it all the time? Because I don't just watch Skyrim stuff. I mean, there's other streamers. Like I'll take Courtney for example. Courtney is probably my favorite musician on Twitch, and her community is a mega family. Everybody there is super nice. All of them. Like, all 7,000 people that are following her when they show up to her stream. There is no pressure. We all donate to her because she is a genuine, beautiful person. Which is why I am her top donor over there. And I have been. And continue to be. I don't just, it's to support her, and it's to support her boyfriend or fiance, because like I said, they've been nothing but kind. Nothing was ever expected. All her moderation staff they're beautiful people. There is no issues. Yeah, 100% bail. And I didn't. And I'm not gonna unfollow, but I did unsub. And I unsubbed from a lot, actually, with the exception of just a few. I think Wind, obviously. I love her content. Courtney, I'm never gonna unsub. I have a higher tier with Courtney as well. And there's a few others that I stayed, but like just basically getting off the platform with the exception of those two, maybe 3. Farrell, I'm still sub to. Because I like his content. But yeah, that was it. That was basically it in a nutshell. So, more homie vibes here. Yeah. And I did kind of miss it. I feel like even just uploading my archives or my VODs, I guess, back to YouTube, I had the comments locked for all of them. And I also disabled the enabling other people to sample stuff. I had read somewhere where that was a good idea to do, because then anybody could just take part of your content and make it their own, which I didn't want. normally I don't care about stuff like that, but if it's like a live stream that I do, people would have to sift through hours of content, and then if they're taking hours of my content and saying it's their content, I can't have that. So I just disabled that feature. Um, but anyway, yeah, that it is too, Bay. Like it was a big minus getting that message, and you know, like I said, I'm sort of over it at this point. But the main thing to take away from my little rant is that I just want to have fun. I'm gonna do my own thing, and it is a lot easier for me to do more of the stuff for Skyrim on YouTube. Let me just switch back to my game real quick, because you guys are seeing a frozen screen. It's not really frozen. Anyway, so there's going to be other things. With me starting my Patreon, I'm not expecting anything from that, but I do plan on doing some tutorials, a lot of load order stuff. There's going to be some load order streams coming, and it's not going to be anything like, well, how do I fix this in Wabbajack? Wabbajack has their own Discord, so I'm not going to be even touching that with the 10-foot pole. They've got their people over there. They're really knowledgeable, so I won't be covering anything Wabbajack related. If you really can't find help on their Discord, you're doing something wrong, because it's all there for you. As far as other guides go, the only other guide I will potentially have anything to do with is Michael from Gamer Poet's Modding My Way guide, which is currently a work in progress. Once that is in, I guess, more of his finished state, when he feels like it's, right for him, I will be supporting that 110% here. So if people have questions, I'll be here to answer. I'll be doing streams. He's going to be putting out videos, so I'm always going to defer to him and other people like Trotsky, Demandrid over there on his server. But I will definitely be supporting his. My game here and Eric's game, Merrick, my vampire, Eric the Nord, Merrick the vampire. They were highly modified versions of Lexi's guide, which I believe is still currently hidden because she's doing a super mega update. I can answer questions for that, but as far as actual support, they have their own Discord as well, which has all the information. And the search bar is your best friend. But they, they may bust your balls a little bit about, they'll put a link for the search bar, but they'll answer your question anyway. They're good people. Hey, Gail. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, and that's the thing, too, Bayo, is like, I like both platforms, to be honest, but you kind of inspired me to come back, Bayo. You and Karn. With the stuff that I saw you do. Because I already had a user base, and I felt like even though I was putting up the VODs from Twitch, it's just not the same as doing the live thing here. I've never created a video. Ever. But you guys are all good at doing it. I just never have. I don't feel like I would be good at it right now. I like the live format. I like being able to answer stuff on the fly or just see the chat in general, as opposed to like doing the video, putting it up, and then checking it the next day to see like who commented what and whatever. And I don't even care about the likes to dislike stuff. Like that shit's never been a thing for me. I really don't care one way or another on stuff like that. Work shaman. Bayo, what was the name of your orc, your frost orc? I loved that character. Absolutely loved that character. And the name is escaping me. Ohm. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Yeah, the big orc. That's how I saw him. Alright, let's do the thing. We're level 1. We have a little bit of skill increase here. Obviously no perks, nothing like that, but he does have some gear that I did give him in the beginning. He started with an iron dagger, but we picked up the steel dagger and the staff of ice storms from this dead, I think it's an arc necromancer. And of course, when you do this start here, because this is the identity crisis character, I did the Warlock's Thrall. And that's kind of leading to the point where when he woke up, he had no clue where he is, nor what happened to him before that. So as far as his identity, he knows his name, but he's not really sure about anything else from his past. What I said in the Discord was I sort of tied in a little bit of the amnesia challenge with this. So I'm kind of combining the two. I think that's okay to do. I'm going to do it anyway, but I mean, it just kind of, it kind of felt right to do that. What's up, Karn? How's it going? I'm going to switch over. So for those of you that don't know, his name is Drolvin Bluedale. If you recognize the last name, you've been with me for a long time. Should be familiar. If not, hold on to your pants. Or take them off, because there's no pants allowed here either. You're in for a treat. So this is all I have written. Some of you may have read it. Some of you that aren't in the Discords don't know. That's fine. But I will just read you sort of what I have written down for him so far. So this is basically my chapter 1, or my prelude, I guess you could say. I just go by chapter 1. So Drolvin awakens to the sounds of chanting. Upon focusing his eyes, he sees a mage bent over an alchemy table. He didn't seem hostile. However, he promptly asked me to drink his concoction. It had a bitter taste, and it made me drowsy for a few moments. Then I proceeded to vomit into the wicker basket nearby. He laughed, an amused grin on his face. "Don't worry, my friend. It won't kill you. Yet." But yet never came. The look of frustration on the warlock's face said it all. A potion of embracing, one that would kill a man or mare and turn them into a fledgling vampire, had zero effect on Drolvin. Yes, the blood did make him sick, but nothing a little rest and ale couldn't take care of. Drolvin was fully aware now, and he waited till nightfall. Taking his dagger, he slew the warlock in his sleep, looted what he could from within the cavern, and made his way outside, which we haven't done yet, but we'll get there. He didn't feel himself, though. More like he had someone whispering into his mind. "You're safe now, my son," the voice said. But that was the extent of the voice. Drolvin only knew he must stay alive and make it to a city or town. He didn't know where he was, what happened to his equipment, but he retained some of his magical capabilities. Being a young Dunmer, he remembered just starting on his path of magics. With a few basic spells at his disposal, he would have to make do with the knowledge he did have left. How he ended up there, adorned with only simple brown robes at the time and boots, he knew he was lucky to escape with his life, let alone the possessions the warlock had with him. His last memory was being ambushed while collecting ingredients for stews he was so fond of. Stepping outside the cave, he instantly recognized the terrain of Skyrim, so he wasn't taken very far from where he was. The smell of the rift had always been so distinct to him, more so than his brief time on Solstheim. He loved the trees here. He knew of the dangers outside of the city of Riften, however, and it would take a miracle to find his way back there. His apprentice-level spells were gone, leaving him with just some basics he would have to make do with. Survival at its best, yeah? At the same time, he felt like there was another guiding him. Was it the voice? Was it something else? He didn't know. But the voice, it was familiar in a way, though he'd never heard it before. It felt eerily comforting as well as equally disturbing. He didn't like that it was in his head. Like nothing he had ever experienced before. All he did know was he needed to make it to Riften right quick. So, kind of a prelude into him for a little bit. I don't know exactly how I'm going to play him. He is going to be a mage. I think I went over a little bit of this. We're going to use sneak, destruction, alteration. I may lightly perk restoration just for healing. I don't think he's going to be an alchemist of any sort, because then that gets into me hoarding things. My screen seems cut. Give me a second. Let me check. Yeah, it does seem a little cut. Let me fix that. Yep, it's definitely cut. All right, hold on. We're shortening. We can do this. We have the technology. Better? That should fix it. Appreciate it, Bale. Karin, thank you guys. Yeah, I was adjusting it this morning too in OBS, and the starting screen I had to adjust. I fixed that, but I guess the game screen also needed to be adjusted. That's why I said like this is a lot of this is testing. Just to make sure I have everything set right. He looks like he's okay now. I'm checking on my phone versus what I'm looking at on my monitor and what you guys are gonna see. So it looks like it fits now. So also makes it at least a little bit easier on YouTube to go back and reset some things. What does he have? He has a backpack, a black fur backpack with Amulet of Akatosh. So for some Magicka regen, that regens 12% faster. Just a basic black cowl with really the minimum Magicka enchant. Black robes of illusion. So I gave him these as opposed to giving him necromancer robes. Those of you that know me know I almost always play necros or vampires, but I wanted him to be a little more subtle. So standard black mage robes. The bloody boots came from the dead guy. I decided to not use them and to use the dark boots, which are vampire boots. These are a favorite of mine. Yes, they have the little blood on them, but I do like them quite a lot. Same thing with the dark gloves. These are also the vampire unarmored gloves, just renamed. As you can see, I did console in a necromancer cowl, and I did try some other things. We gave him a Circlet of Minor Magicka, because the necromancer in a hidden lair starts with this, so I felt I needed to give him some other kind of boost. The robes of illusion were actually over on the barrel, thank you to Moral Loot. And the cowl of the druid, it's mod added in this particular location. I just happened to pick it up. Probably won't be using it, but I probably won't sell it if I decide to do anything with Legacy. And with this start, you also do start with the Ring of Nullification, which is a super useful ring. It's got probably one of the best magic resist enchants in the game. You can get it at level 1 if you take this start, but it's the only piece of enchanted gear you would start with. Because what you would normally start with is this brown cowl and the brown robes and the plain brown boots. This is your starting gear for here. That is it, along with a iron dagger and nothing else. Everything else I either looted from here or consoled in myself. I don't know why I have baskets and buckets. We have to get rid of these. Give me a second. So Igna is dead. This is the necromancer that I was referencing in the prelude. I did loot him. That staff of Froststorms is probably going to come in super handy. I did hotkey it. Well, I favored it. I didn't hotkey it because I don't see him really use. I don't even really see him using daggers. We're gonna get the magic stuff situated. So what you see here probably won't be what I was gonna go with him. So yeah, display capture would need either your screen res as canvas or resizing the Okay, so yeah, I took your advice, man. So now everything's 1920 by 1080 for both the canvas and the scaled. I just needed to readjust the physical screen from what you guys can see. So, and then hopefully everything's okay. And then the Argonian that's with her, he's in multiple places. So, oh, and I was going to use these as light armor, the Alfheim. These are an LE mod. I ported this to SE for myself, and I cleaned them. I was debating using this as his only light armor set, and then just every time upgrading it, using add item menu to give it back in. When I tried it on, it felt a little flashy. I absolutely love this set, especially the accents. There are multiple colors. Let me see. So if you go in here, the boots, the gloves, the hood, and you can get them in white. Woodland stuff, which is pretty cool. They're basically cultists stuff. There's the woodland hood and the woodland robes from this. So like I said, it's an LE mod. It's light armor. I was debating going light armor, but then I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to go this type of mage, I really should make use of alteration and the flesh spells, because I am going to use Okado's recital. I think I already have it activated, and oak flesh and muffle should be the only two things hooked up. Yeah, they do. Well, I mean, here, let me show you. And then we can just... And I'll put the stuff right back. There's no need for me to... So this is the black. This is what I was going to use for him. But as you can see, this style hood, I wish it was a little bit less than what it is. The cuirass and everything, the robe, the gauntlets and the boots are freaking fantastic. I love them. Absolutely love them. And then the woodland stuff, let's look at that. There we go. I could see somebody doing a really nice druid play, going into the creation kit, making this, you know, armorless. Or even using light armor, I guess, if you wanted to. It does look good. I love it, you know? It's a favorite of mine. But I just felt for this particular character, we're not going to go that route, so... Get the circlet of... Oh, and yeah, the circlet doesn't fit. You'd have to change the keywords for this. So there we are. Okay. And you can see the circlet does fit underneath for him. There it is. Let me just dump these because I don't want to be carrying them around. We are at the start, so anything that what I normally do is start anything I normally console in. I try not to sell because I feel like it's a little cheaty. So I just dump it into like a chest or a barrel or something like that. So they all go. His base stuff like this, I mean, even the Necromancer's Cowl can go in. These we picked up. These were our starting gear, so we are going to keep these. This was on the barrel, so this was placed here by MLU, so I can keep this. And Illusion. Necromancer Robes of Illusion. One of the other Necros had this, and we've looted it, so that we're going to keep. This was on another one. This was in the chest, I'm sorry. This one here was in the chest. So we get to keep this. Everything else we looted. Nothing else we need. Just eat one. We're going to hold on to the vampire dust. I think I stored them in there, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Because I'm an idiot. Alright, we'll do this later. Alright. Yeah, they would make for... I mean, maybe not the hood, but just the outfits. There's white ones there, too. If you guys go to the mod page, it's the Alfheim robes. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but... let me see here. I do have my quick light. And I know there's necromancer out here. We'll take what we can from here. Let me turn my light off. We're going to have to sneak. So destruction, illusion, sneak, alteration, conjuration. And 2 perks into resto. Here's my other conundrum, religion. There are a few things I did not set up. I did not set up Frostfall yet, and I don't have realistic needs activated, which I'm going to activate after we choose this, and I'm going to set that up real quick. Everything else in the MCM I've already taken care of, so don't worry. Nearby foes suffer weakness to magic. See, this would be very useful. I just always forget to pray, and Azura is very specific about when you pray. Pray only at twilight. So I think it's between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. I could be wrong. Those of you that use Azura, let me know. And this Azura would be perfect for this character, I think. Boethia. Strike unseen with sneak attacks. If this also means sneak magic, sneak destruction, then yes, because we would be doing that. Malakath would not be one. I'm not going to power attack anybody. Mehrunes, the same thing. Defile the shrines of my enemies, yeah. Mephala. So yeah, sneak attacks. So we're not going to be a sneak assassin. We're going to, well, he'll be an assassin of sorts, but he'll be a magical assassin. And an illusionist. And a necromancer, of course. 7 to 8 p.m. and 5 to 6 a.m. Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Live as a vampire. Haven't decided if he's going to be a vampire yet. I almost did take the vampire start, but I remember that it could be a little buggy. And Sheogorath really isn't an option here. The randomness kind of would make sense for Identity Crisis, but I think we're going to go with Azura. We could always change it, obviously, finding another shrine. So. Alright, so we got the Frostfall Journal. We can't pray yet. Let's keep instincts on while we can. All right, so let's see. I'm less familiar with Azura because I've only used Azura 1 or 2 times, but like I said, I always forget to pray. So, trap souls in my name. We are going to do that. Explore new locations. We're going to do that. Pray at twilight, preferably outside. Dark elves. Yeah, okay. Foes within 40 feet suffer 2% resist based on your favor and can absorb. That's awesome. We plan to be hidden most of the time. So here's the other conundrum. The cheese to die for. Yes. So here's my other conundrum. I was initially going to set him up as a sneak pyromancer. Because I've done the other 2 elemental schools before. And those of you familiar with Couch Warrior know that Shadling did the sneak ice magic best. Now I did a version with Shock. It was a full Dremora though. I was using the mod by Daedra Step. The Dremora, or I think it's Alumbris. I'm not really sure who the mod author is. But I remember using it on Xbox years ago. So a custom race mod, but the Xbox version has the Zavali, and the PC version, for whatever reason, for SE doesn't, but for LE it does. I tried converting it, but it's a master file that requires race compatibility, and at the time I tried converting it, I just flat out failed doing it. So some stuff worked, but some stuff didn't, and I wasn't happy, so I just kind of chose a different one from the actual SE version, um, since it hasn't been updated, and we went with that. And that was Jaren's play, for those of you that remember. And I changed the color. I made his skin like a bluish color. But he was the shock. I was gonna do fire, thinking that, Dunmer have an affinity for flame. They're also resistant. Um, and now with this ring of nullification, we have an additional 22 to all magics. I'm not really sure. I have Apocalypse as my magic spell pack. So there are other spells. So if you here to give you an example. No scaling. Apocalypse magic. If you go here, you go to the spells. Oops, I'm sorry. And you go by value. What I was looking for were things that you could do from sneak. So ice has a couple. Let me see. Not so much scatter shock. Let me see here. Frost Nova. So if I'm invisible, using something like invisibility or ghost walk, closer opponents take 2 times damage. I think Ice Shiv was the other one. This is a projectile. Where is it? I probably passed it. Or did I? There it is. Targets hit from behind take 3 times damage. So, obviously if I'm hidden, they're not seeing me. But if I can get them in the back, it takes 3 times damage. So, there's 90 right there. It's an adept spell. It's not that bad. Shock has kind of the same thing. There's Shock Nova, which is here. Same thing as Frost Nova. The only one that I saw was like Bull-Eyed. As it heats up, dealing up to 5 times damage based on distance. So the further away I am, if I'm hidden and silent, Bull-Eyed could potentially do a shit ton of damage. But it just doesn't seem like there's as much. Because I was going to try not to use runes with this character. He's going to be sneaky, but I'm not going to go so far as to set up traps with runes and stuff like that. I've already done that. I did that with Jaren. Pyronecro. Oh, and here's the other thing too. So at some point in this, we are obviously going to go to Solstheim, and I'm going to pick up one of Azadal's rings. Not the Ring of Necromancy, it's the other one. I can't. The name's, again, eluding me right now. But it gives you access to Ignite. And we all know that Ignite stacks. And dual cast Ignites are vicious. So to do that from where's Sneak? To do that with Demolition Job, all destruction spells and scrolls are 1% more powerful per level of Sneak, 2% for runes. This is what makes runes so deadly if you're in stealth and undetected. This right here. So we're going to get Demolition Job fairly soon. Right? Other things from Sneak expect me to go up. Fog of War, Infiltrator. We're not going to even take sneak attacks, I don't think. This main tree here. Infiltrator right behind you. And possibly Clean Escape behind enemy lines even further up. Right? We don't want to be detected. I'm going to put almost nothing into health. We're probably going to put some into stamina. Health is probably going to be lacking, and almost everything else is going to be dumped into Magicka. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Karn. 100%. Ring of Arcana. That's it. Yeah, it was eluding me. I knew it was an Azadal ring. I just couldn't think of the name of it. The Ring of Arcana. Azadal's Ring of Americana, which has an engraving of a bald eagle. Fuck yes. That's a Nord's Nord. Oh man. So yeah, I'm thinking fire, and I'm also thinking maybe shock. It depends. Um, but like I said, I've never really been a huge fan of fire destruction. I don't know why. I think it's because of some of the characters I play, almost all the vampires, necros, um, they tend to use ice and shock. Serana, perfect example. She starts off with ice spike, and she instantly raises whatever is the closest to her or whatever, or the most powerful. But then she eventually, late game, when Serana levels up, she stops using ice and she starts using things like Chain Lightning and Thunderbolt. She abandons her frost magic almost entirely. Um, if you get her at low levels, I think she still starts with Ice Spike, so she's actually a pretty OP follower if you can get to her quickly. But none of the Warlocks I've really met, unless they had a staff that um, is like a staff of Firebolt or Fireballs, or one of the modded staffs like something from Apocalypse or Mysticism, or not Adamant, what's the other one? Odin, or another mod that adds staffs with their spells in. Forgotten Magic, I think, is another one. The fire ones always seem somewhat lackluster, but I really wanted to give it a chance for this play, for this character. I knew immediately after reading what Bayo had written for the challenge how I could do this, and then Bayo, I hope that like adding elements of the Amnesia challenge in is okay, because I really think that this is going to be a character I'm going to enjoy playing, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching. Hey Joe, welcome. The Panicked Monk. Hello, hello. But I am more familiar. I'm intimately familiar with Frost and Shock. More so Frost because I've done it on a couple characters. Shock because of Jaren again. And with Merrick, you saw me use Raw Power. This was for the Hemomancy spells. This is how he got so powerful. So thank you, Inai, for adding in this little part to the destruction tree for non-elemental. But we obviously won't be using that here. So, yeah, going back. So let's look. Combustion. Cast and others are up to 20% more powerful. Scarring burns. It's the same as the other trees. It just has, for fire. And then we'd come over here to specialization. It would obviously be fire. Spells and effects of that are 15% more powerful. The other two are weaker, so I would have to be mindful if I am using shock, because I kind of want to leave frost magic off this character as much as I can. He doesn't have any frost spells. He just has Dunmer start with flames and sparks. But I did, like I said, I consoled in Okado's. He's going to auto cast Oak Flesh and Muffle as well, and that's going to help me buff my skills because of the Uncapper experience mod and the any tweak that I have to it. So spell leveling is going to be slower, especially restoration. So we'll have to see. I'd agree, Gil. Yep, totally agree with that. Also, if anybody could check to see how high up the video quality goes, I did change the settings, and I'm hoping to get it better than, I think, what was it, 480p? We'll have to see. And also, I already see buffering on my end. On my phone. Which isn't a good sign. It looks like 720 is the max. If you guys are buffering, let me know. It might just be my phone.
What was that? I knew it.
Oh, she's got a... Oh, we don't want to hurt him. He's gonna help. This is among the hist. Yeah, is it buffering? Yeah, it looked like it was buffering too. Give me 1 second here. Let me just reset. This is what I was afraid of with YouTube. Alright, looks like it's a little bit better now. And we got a cloak. Already. And a cheat. I cannot. Well, I have one pick. There we go. 720 as well. Yeah, I wanted to keep it around 720. 60 FPS. Awesome. Awesome. Nice. And we can get the Necro with this. Probably shouldn't have taken your, well, we can give her, my old iron dagger. And she'll equip that. There we go. She also won't, she won't disappear either. I should probably set up realistic needs. Basic needs. Let's start it. Please exit the menu. This usually only takes me a second. So basic needs. Needs is N. Message notification. Toggles. Desk. Let's enable that. We want first-person messages, and that should be all for right now. So what else do I have here now? We have check needs, so let's favorite that. And drink from stream, not so much. Peckish. We'll have a carrot. So he'll go into the animation of eating that amazing looking carrot. Oh boy, did it go up? No, no, it's there. Okay. Oh, and see, she fell over. There we go. Did it go off? God damn it. Still going for corn? Okay. Yeah, it kept shutting off for me too. It was saying like my stream ended, but it didn't end. So, all right. Well, we were at Boulder Fall. We have to make our way to Riften. No easy task. And we're slightly thirsty. Well, we should have enough ale. Bayo, I have no idea what it is. This was my worry about coming back to YouTube was having this happen. I don't know what it is about the settings. And yeah, he's got Eric's run and walk, so just know that. I hear ya. Do we need anything? Not really. The Necro didn't seem to really want to help. I also do not have Frostfall enabled yet. It's something I may do. There's the wolf. We're gonna let the wolf handle this. There, go get her. Yeah, you're on fire. How do you like it? Oh, she did a good amount of damage to me. Daedra Heart. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you very much. You, my friend, are coming with me. We got Vapor Blast. Vapor Blast, as I remember, is a Frostfall spell. Yeah, it creates a blast of steam that dries the caster up to and deals up to 50 points of fire damage, ineffective when caster is dry. May as well learn it. Can I break into an adept with one more? Come on. There we go. All that for a potion of health. Anthony, what's up? Welcome, welcome. How much time does he have? He's got an adequate amount of time. As I kick stuff. Yes, he's gonna moan. The raised ones will moan. Oh, that's wonderful. Squash fine. Where did he go? Stop laying down on the job. Get back up. Go get him. There we go. You okay? I really should probably take the pelts, because I know I can make some things with them. And there's a bunch of them. Should have been taking the other ones, but... Bear pelt. F5. How much you want to bet the Spriggan rapes us terribly? Let's try it. Well, she's too powerful. Come on, don't heal, don't heal, don't heal, don't heal, don't heal. Bastard. Got it. Nice. Then we could re-raise... Where'd my Necro go? He's over here. Actually, we could probably re-raise... Well, I doubt I could cast it on the Spriggan. Oh yeah, the Earth Mothers are ridiculous. Yeah, like I said, I just have basic raised zombies, so... We'll keep the Necro with us. For now. Just have to wait for my Magicka to recharge. On our way back to Riften, hopefully to get answers. I doubt he could follow me up here. I'll probably go around and get lost. So like I said, Drolvin doesn't know who he can trust. He's going to assume everybody is hostile. I'm going to play him that way. We're going to let these two fight. Our first epic level up. Let's take that guy. I don't know where his buddy went to, but there he is. Got him. Yeah, Ordinator. Yep, Ordinator. Coordinator is my go-to. Love it. Ring of Panic. We'll take these. I'm not going to take the raw food. Alright, so the hunter's going to be fine. Now obviously, I'm not going to kill or assassinate the people in the towns or the surrounding areas. But if I come upon like a hunter's camp or something like that, he is going to be very leery. Same thing with these random elk, which are actually too powerful for my fury. That's great. Let's take the level up while we can. Magica. I have 2 perks. Awesome. Sneak and what? I would say probably destruction. Or alteration so I can get to mage armor first, right? Because that's a 20. That's a tough call. I think we'll still go destruction. For the extra power as well. Ah, damn it. Is it buffering again? God damn it. Yeah, I did a refresh and then that fixed it, but you may have to close out. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. YouTube does not like my game. I may have to go back in and change some settings. Every day I'm buffering. Yeah, such is my life. It's quite a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. I don't know why, because the settings are the same here as they are on Twitch, and I have no issues over there. Oh, I do too, Anthony. 100%. Let me see if I could sort this out. I don't know what the deal is. Give me a second here. I'm gonna put the console up. Just reopen YouTube. And let me just check OBS. I have no notifications, so no drop frames. I don't know what it would be. Yeah, Resto Conjuration. The disease stuff is insane. The false light combo is insane. I actually considered that for this character. Because I planned on having a bunch of skeletons. And then I remembered what a pain in the ass it is to carry all those bones. And what a pain in the ass it is when those things get you trapped in a doorway. And just management in general. So, I prefer rays, and I like having the rays with not having to worry about them turn to a pile of ash. So. There are whispers. Is that another Spriggan? Something text me. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Holy hell. Yeah, we're not gonna... Hi.
I bet we have rabbits again. I'm getting sick of rabbits.
You'd rather be plowing.
You're gonna be hostile?
Not me.
Well, we know who's winning the war. I think the last time, didn't we see an Imperial one? I don't know. Oh, that sucks. Run away. I doubt the guards are gonna help. I'm getting arrows buzzed. Oh yeah, guys, just stand there. Don't do nothing. Yeah, let's get into the city.
Hold there.
Yeah,
Before I let you
yeah. Yeah, you're gonna let me in.
For the privilege of
Yep,
entry,
shakedown.
call it what you want. You don't pay?
Alright, fine.
Nope, not even close.
Fine, I'll come
Don't
back.
want in, huh?
Add out the money. I have 79.
Fine. Have a good walk to the next city.
Dick. Let's wait for these guys to calm down. I don't know, we're gonna have to sneak in or rob somebody or I don't know what. Glummuckly. Master of the mind. Yeah, I've done those combos before and had a lot of fun doing them. I'll just save again real quick. They may aggro on me immediately. You with your stupid dogs. Maybe they just don't like dumber mages.